Pauline Tully.
To ask the Minister the number of meetings he's undertaken with communities impacted by the North-South indicator and the outcome of those meetings, please.
Responsibility for the regulation of the electricity market is a matter for the Commission for the Regulation of Utilities, which is an independent regulator accountable to a committee of the Oireachtas and not myself as Minister. The CRU was assigned responsibility for the regulation of the Irish electricity sector following the enactment of the Electricity Regulation Act 1999 and subsequent legislation. CRU is responsible, inter alia, for the economic regulation of the electricity system operators' ESB networks, distribution and air grid or transmission network. The cost of building, safely operating and maintaining the electricity system is recovered by system operators through charges on customers, all of which is overseen and agreed with the CRU. System operator spending is agreed with the CRU in 5-year cycles, referred to as the price reviews. The North-South Interconnector is a transmission project and has been undertaken by EirGrid. The Government does not have any role in the delivery of electricity infrastructure on the ground. This is consistent with the 2012 Government Policy Statement on the strategic importance of transmission and other energy infrastructure, which states the Government does not seek to direct EirGrid and ESB networks or other energy infrastructure developers to particular sites or routes or technologies. It's for the system operators to determine the means of delivery of infrastructure, and in doing so they seek to work in close collaboration with landowners and stakeholders. The North-South Interconnector is an essential infrastructure project that will link the electricity transmission networks of Ireland and Northern Ireland, leading to a more secure, affordable and sustainable supply of electricity across the island. It will facilitate the connection of 900 megawatts of renewable generation, enough to power 600,000 homes through green energy. As Minister, I have operated within the regulatory and policy framework regarding the delivery of electricity infrastructure and have not had meetings with community groups regarding the project. However, EirGrid have been and will continue to engage with the local communities affected by the development of the North-South Interconnector, as well as continuing to engage with the elected representatives of those communities.
Minister, you say this is an essential infrastructure project. I recall when I was a member of Cavan County Council having discussions around this project, and it must be back in 2006 or 2007. And we're almost 20 years on and the project hasn't moved at all. And the main reason it hasn't moved is that the landowners are totally opposed, from what my consultation with them, to this going over their land for a number of reasons that have not yet been addressed. Do you know how many landowners have actually accepted that EirGrid can, or a company acting on their behalf, can go onto their land and start the construction of this project? You know, I accept how important this project is for the energy supply on the island. But, I mean, the option of undergrounding, I don't know if that has been properly explored. Has that been totally actually denied as being a possible route to getting this project over the line? I mean, we're told that 50% of the landowners north of the border have agreed to a compensation offer. It's a different company, obviously not EirGrid. Do we have a percentage of landowners on this side of the border who have agreed? I mean, you know, there's no. If all of the land or most of the land has to be CPO'd, we're just heading for an absolute collision course.
I don't have the exact figures, but this issue has obviously been subject to debate. I've had very serious, extensive meetings with the county councils and counties impacted, but also the North-South Ministerial Council. Your colleagues up in Sinn Féin and Northern Ireland obviously have a critical role, and I think they agree with me that we do need this project. It needs to be built. It's vital for the northern economy and for the entire country. It will save us about 100 million a year, save Irish consumers 100 million a year, but also bring real security benefits, real economic development benefits, particularly to the border counties and the northern counties on the other side of the border. My understanding is on the northern side, because it is a project which crosses the border and exists on both sides, there is a larger percentage of landowners which have agreed or are in broad agreement with the arrangements that they may have negotiated directly. That's less the case in the south, but that is an issue which both EirGrid and also CRU will now have, and ESB Networks, which will be the company involved in the actual development of the facility. And my view, political view, why we don't get involved in the direct negotiations or with any of the arrangements of this specific project is we need this. We need this project built. It is, as you say, been 20 years being considered. We've looked it upside down, inside out, and it now needs to be built. And I would be supportive of proposals that whatever proposals EirGrid and Crew, as they consider as an independent regulator, how we do that. But I think it's time now to build the project, and we'll be supportive of whatever role the agencies have in making that happen.
I'm just really concerned. I accept the importance of this project, but I'm really concerned how it's going to proceed if there's such opposition on the ground. And is there a contingency plan to deal with that? I mean, have EirGrid or has the government or has this Oireachtas committee you were talking about that has oversight of this any other plans in place to deal with this? Because all I can see is opposition, strong opposition on the ground, and possible legal challenges, which is going to hold up the whole project further down the ground.
Minister, there's now an indication that the CRU will act on Section 45 of the 1999 Electricity Act to move for CPO of lands, and they're going to outline the process in relation to that in the coming weeks. That is a recipe for conflict, in my opinion. Minister, if you want to see this project delivered, you need to go to Plan B at this stage. In my opinion, it's not going to be delivered in the format, in the way that EirGrid or you see it currently.
30 seconds.
I don't know what your Plan B is, and my understanding in discussions with Sinn Féin colleagues up north is they want to see, like myself, we need this project built. There's real security and cost to the public north and south for us not progressing. The exact mechanisms that Crew may decide in terms of potential use of compulsory purchase order or any other mechanism is a matter for them as regulator to decide in the approach we take. They're the legally correct constitutional approach. But I believe, like your colleagues up north, we should build this now.
Thank you, Minister.
And it will benefit to the Irish people, north and south.